Hannah is a parent in the Bellevue School District. She feels grateful that her kids attend one of the best school districts in the state, but lately there have been concerns about lower enrollment, deficits, school consolidations, and the potential for budget cuts that she hopes won't affect the quality of education for her children. Hannah knows what a strong force for good parents can be, and she decided to take action. So Hannah joined with other parents to learn more about how our public schools are funded and what steps she and other families could take to ensure the best for their children. Initially, Hannah thought public schools means everyone receives the education they deserve, paid for by tax dollars. But in reality, federal and state funding from tax dollars doesn't actually cover the cost of many essentials. We still need bonds to cover the cost of our buildings, and levies cover things we often take for granted, like a school nurse or a 7-period school day. And while Bellevue has the reputation of being very wealthy, it's actually diverse socioeconomically. 1 in 5 students qualifies for a free or reduced lunch. It takes quite a few revenue sources to support our students. Even with all those sources, there is still a funding gap between what we have and what our students deserve. A significant way to fill in that gap is through donations to the Bellevue Schools Foundation. Anything funded by BSF saves the district's other revenue sources. The key takeaway Hannah and others learned? While state funding is limited and outside their control, potential funding from the Bellevue Schools Foundation is unlimited, and that is very much in their control. And while Bellevue Schools Foundation receives funding from large corporations and foundations, the vast majority of funding comes from individual donors. The more the community gives, the better chance we have to fill in the gaps of other funding. The community is the solution. Together, we can overcome the limitations of state funding. And the programs we can support through BSF include funding for low-income families for preschool, an integrated computer science curriculum, and mental health interventions, to name a few. Even national board certification for teachers and funding for innovative programs. BSF donors have unlimited potential to fill in the gaps for our students. Bellevue Schools Foundation, transforming education, supporting students.